Hi, welcome to a new tutorial from AppYourself. After you got a first overview of the dashboard in the last video, today, I will introduce you to the topic of modules. Modules are the functions that you can integrate into your app. They represent what you can do with your app. There is a wide selection for each use case, you will see some examples later. In general, there is no limit to how many modules you can add, but we recommend you start with just a few. In My Modules you can see which modules have been added to your app. For a completely new app, unless you use one of our templates, it will of course still be empty. I already have modules in my app here to show you what it looks like. In this area, you then have the option to rename the individual modules, change the icons, and move the order of the modules. This will automatically change the positions of your modules on the navigation page in the app. You can delete modules by clicking on the X. As with all changes, you can always see them immediately in the preview on the right side. Click Add Modules to select more modules to include in your app. If you click Preview, you can read the description for each one and see what it looks like. Clicking on Add will then put the module into your app. Of course, there are still module-specific settings to be made, but we won't look at those in this video. Now I would like to talk about the submenu, which you can use to structure your app even better, as it allows you to create a kind of folder for specified modules. You can also find this listed under Add Modules. We'll call it For Employees here, so it's clear that the area is only for our employees and not for our customers. If you now go back to the My Modules view, you can add modules to the folder using the plus. Here, for example, we select the document scanner, which our employees can use to upload their timesheets. So in the preview we see that the document scanner module is not directly on the home page, but in the For Employees submenu. But how can you now ensure that only the employees have access to the area and not the customers? You can configure this in the module protection settings, where you can set restrictions when it comes to who is allowed to see and use the module as a user. For example, you can set a password that only your employees know, or restrict the user group by characteristics such as email address. This completes the introduction to the topic of modules. Why don't you try it out yourself? If you have any further questions, please feel free to contact our team directly. The contact details are shown here. And don't forget to follow our profile on social media to stay up to date.